Hi everyone and welcome to other video in English of Dragon Ball Card Game Super. This is a new video that is come from the other video that the tier list that I see that you like it so much, and this is my second video in English, so I hope that you like. And this is my opinion that is sold to GOGETA. Is much banned, so I think it's a very complicated theme, so I'm gonna explain why that is gonna be banned or not banned. This is the last video of Miraculous Revival. The next videos will be from Destroyer Kings, and I hope that you like. Okay, this is the first part. GOGETA Shenron Revived, a very strong card. It's a trump card with triple strike, barrier and deflect. It's so cheap to play in it, so the opponent can do anything for the effects. And when he enters on the field, he's gonna suffer all your cards in the hands to the deck, and you are gonna draw 3 cards. This is so strong because you cannot draw the cards that you like, and you must have only hope for draw counters and other super combos for draw more cards and try to defend the attack. It's so difficult to do all in English. There is 2 types of cards in that all with GOGETA. The OTK Critical Shenron, the famous OTK turn 4 Shenron with the Shenron Battle Card, and GOGETA Battle Card is gonna attack you with 45k, and the mid-range GOGETA is less important, but it's a very strong deck because you can only play 1 counter with the effect. The OTK Shenron Critical is very good because you have a green hand draw with the 7 Dragon Balls. You can draw 7 cards so free, and it's very good. You don't need attack the opponent, so he cannot do awaken, and he cannot do pressure in the hand. It's multicolor because you can play with yellow, with blue, or with green. That is less important, so you can play with it. And the deck has a critical OTK access with the battle card of Shenron, and you can play so the battery laser for negate the counters, and your opponent is gonna cry so much because the battery laser is the only card that negate the other counters of the opponent. It's so weak versus aggro decks because you cannot do something in the early, and the opponent can push you so much, and you need the OTK combo for win. This is so important because you play around a win condition that is the GOGETA Hero Revived turn 4 do the sparking with the other Shenron, and if you don't do that, you can suffer so much because you can draw so much cards, but if you haven't got the fusion, you cannot do that. With the other part, GOGETA midrange is a deck so cheap because you cannot buy the other cards that Shenron, but is with the Shenron, you can play with the GOGETA Ultimate and the GOGETA starter deck, and is a very compact deck like with cards of blue. The board control is very good because you have counters of like dimensional magic, you have removals, and you can play around other win conditions than the GOGETA, but is very rarely because at least in the third form with objection you can play the GOGETA Hero Revived and try to push the final damage. Have a very cool skill that is limit the counters of the opponent, because the GOGETA leader Awaken have the ability to discard 1 card of your hand, and the opponent cannot play more that one counter. The other problem that is can be mirrored so easy because the leader have the ability of burst, and this is so bad because GOGETA Janeba, can mirror you so fast, and the game style is not a direct attack, so you cannot end the game direct. You can play the GOGETA, but the opponent can play counters, can play cards, and this is not a triple attack, so it's more easy for defense. The quick maths are very clean. You start the play with 36 cards in the deck because you draw 6 cards from the hand and 8 cards from the deck. So you draw is around 5 and 8 cards around the turns 4 and 5. This is a balance with the aggro decks and Shenron decks, because Shenron decks can draw so much and aggro decks draw so less cards. So I made a medium. The deck contains 4 counters and 4 super combos. This is so important because you have a 26 probability of draw one of these cards, and it's very important because this is the way to try to stop the Shenronoteka decks, because we say it, the GOGETA midrange is not very aggressive. Versus this is a standard Awaken leader value versus GOGETA. Our leader have 50 key and the GOGETA have 13 key. The max total damage is 5, 2 for the leader and 3 for the GOGETA. You can only use 1 counter, so it's a very limit. So you are gonna use versus the GOGETA battle card. And if you take damage, you can draw cards because there is no critical. The damage values is very important because you draw 3 cards, and with these 3 cards you must defend the GOGETA. The GOGETA have a scales under of it. With 50k you cannot do anything unless you draw so much cards with the super combos and with the effect of for 1 energy 10k and I wanna draw other cards. So it's very difficult to do that, and I didn't like the lack of I draw 1 super combo, 2 super combo, 3 super combo. This is poorly lucky and I didn't expect that, so I take the match of this. Versus Shenronoteka is very difficult to defend, so the max total damage is 9. You cannot see any counters, but you cannot draw cards of your life because the critical and the triple attack negate all the type of cards that we're gonna draw. So this is a 45 attack 3 times, so this is so much numbers, and the conclusions of this is that if GOGETA do the sparking, you draw 3 cards and you must have counters or other card that stop it so much the GOGETA, or you did, because this is impossible that stop 3 attacks of a 45k card. Okay. And what is the possible solutions? The first, I think, is banned Shenron. That is not very good because Shenron is a very flexible leader and did not have the synergy with GOGETA so directly. So this is a deck that it was created. Shenron battle card was interesting to ban, but I don't think that is the good card because Shenron have so much effects, not only the critical, and it's a 4 cost card that didn't attack. So this is not the point. Banned GOGETA Hero Revive should be a option, but it's not this. I don't think that so that is the good. But do the rata of the blue leader like Cyan or no Cyan. You can only have blue leader. I think that is a correct option in this case because you can play around the GOGETA, you can play around like a Hero Garn, and you didn't lose the fact of shuffle the hand of your opponent, but you didn't have access to that OTKs or cards that killed your opponent instantly without any response. So I think that the rata, like the triple flash Super Saiyan for Goku, it's a very correct way to stop this problem. So this is all. I hope that you like again, and this is so difficult for me to speak in English sometimes. I didn't recognize so much the words, but I hope that you like. So this is all. You can subscribe to my channel, put on my Twitter comments what you like, what your opinion of my little poor English, and this is all. I hope you like, and we see in another video of Destroyer Kings. Bye bye.